to you by Penguin.
A Fabulous Creation by David Hepworth. Read by David Hepworth. Forward. I let my LPs go. Those are words I hear a lot nowadays. They usually come from somebody around my age, somebody who grew up in the 50s or 60s, in an era when it seemed the only material possessions anybody truly coveted or could reasonably expect to acquire were long-playing records. When I ask what happened to their precious LPs, these people mutter something about storage space, about kids and spouses, about having replaced them with CDs, with downloads, and finally with a subscription to a streaming service. Some offer this explanation apologetically. Others are quite proud that nowadays, thanks to digital technology, they can access the music, and after all, isn't that what it's all about? Without having to deal with its attendant clutter. I know what they mean. Over the last 20 years, I've taken as much boyish delight as anyone in the way all the recorded music in the world is now suddenly at my fingertips. I'm not a vinyl fundamentalist. I will not engage in conversations about matrix numbers or the superior quality of a first pressing. On record store day, I avoid record stores altogether. I find it irritating beyond belief that people are prepared to make a fuss about a kind of scarcity which has been contrived purely in order to encourage them to make just such a fuss. The hype the record industry is perennially accused of visiting on fans is nothing to the hype that fans visit on themselves. Music is just as popular now as it was in the days of Michael Jackson or Enrico Caruso. What changes is the way we consume it. And every time we change the way we consume it, we also change our relationship with the music and the people who make it. This book is about a time when we consumed recorded music in a very particular way. This book is about the era of the LP. The era of the LP is not the same as the era of the album. Although all LPs were albums, not all albums were LPs. CDs were not LPs. Cassettes were not LPs. Downloads are certainly not LPs. This story begins, for obvious reasons, in 1967 and ends, for reasons only becoming clear to us now, in 1982. A lot happened before and after those dates, which we'll get to, but it's the time period between those two dates that marks the era of the LP. But surely, you say, the LP is making a comeback, isn't it? We keep hearing about it. If it is, which is a big question, that simply means that there must be something about the LP and the attendant LP experience that means a great deal to us, whether we live through it, as I did, or simply yearn for it, as the hipster I recently passed in East London, dangling a copy of the first Led Zeppelin album by one shrink-wrapped corner, presumably does. Why do bands still feel the need to parcel out their music in denominations of 40 minutes? Why is the long-playing record the only music carrier we feel emotionally attached to? Is the current vogue just a retro fad which will pass, or the harbinger of something more profound? Why do today's young performers, who by rights should be enjoying the immeasurable advantage of being able to send their music through the air without the attendant inconvenience of manufacture and distribution, still yearn for the benediction of this anachronistic product, first invented in 1948? What makes the LP a fabulous creation?
Sample complete. Ready to continue?